Shanghai GDG is a very interesting developer community.
I'm glad somebody has asked this question.
This is where the magic happens.
This is primarily a question and answer show. So if any of you out there would like to ask questions.
Welcome to another episode of GDL-IL. Today we're going to look and see what's new with the Chrome extension and how we could leverage them and use them. It's going to be an intro session, a 101 session if you will, about how to build your first extension and what are the new things with the Chrome Apps V2 that you need to pay attention to when you're coming to build them. So without further ado, let me just share my screen with you. And let's share the desktop so you'll be able to see everything that I do. Let's go quickly to another place so it won't interfere. And basically what we're going to look is how we're going to build the first extension. Now before we jump into it, let me show you a new cool extensionizer that will basically help you build your first extension quite easily. For those of you who are familiar with a similar project, it's heavily influenced by them, and actually the author of this just mentioned it, that it's very, very heavily inspired by other things that Jonathan and Veronica did for Twitter Bootstrap. Here basically you have the ability, let me just upload it again, to choose what you want to do. Maybe it's a hidden extension to just manipulate or do things in the background using background pages or event pages. Maybe it's a page action, so you'll see something like this ad blocking here, or maybe it's a browser action, which basically giving you the real estate of putting an icon here and making sure that you are able to give the user an ability to do things along the browser, or basically extend the functionality of the browser. Deep inside here, you could choose lots of different things that you'll want to do or start your extension, and then basically you'll be able to download it and then run it. Another great starting point will be Chrome boilerplate that Michael Mammoth did, and as you can see here, let me just make the font bigger. It's on GitHub. And this repository is basically giving you a template that you could just clone to your own place and then run with it. Let's basically try and do it here. Let me just make this font a bit bigger. What we'll do here is let's go out and basically we'll go and do a git clone on this repository and give it a new name. In our case, let's put GDL-IL example 2. Now what's happening is basically we're cloning everything, and if we go to this extension directory, as you could see here, we already have all the different things that we want to accomplish at the beginning. Most importantly is the manifest file that declare our extension and making sure that we have all the metadata about the extension in the right order and the right place. And I'll show you a few things that probably I'll need to do a pull request on my repository and just improve them. One will be the manifest version, and the other will be the content security policy. Let's jump and see how this look like. Basically, when we're opening, let me make it a bit bigger as well. Okay, I hope you could see it. So when we're opening what Mike did at the beginning, this is not related, we have few simple things. In the manifest file, everything is basically as you used to have. You need to put the name, the version, description, some icons, some permissions, what you allow the extension to do, what not. In our case, it's a browser action, so we're getting an icon. We'll put some metadata about how the icon will react when we are clicking on it, which pop-up page it will open, what is the icon that we want to put it, and what will be the tooltip when the user is hovering it. And now, two new things is one, we have to put manifest version 2. If you won't put it, it's a problem. So basically, you want to put it, you won't be able to run it without it. And basically, you won't be even able to upload it to the Chrome Web Store. Another very important change is the content security policy. For those of you that doesn't know anything about it, I highly encourage you to go to developer.chrome.com and check under extension the content security policy. It's a very detailed page that just explains exactly what you should do and how you should define it. Basically, the policy is restrict the extension and make it safer, preventing man-in-the-middle attacks. And there's a great article on HTML5 Rock that you might want to read before that, just to see that you're doing the right things with it. So after we clone this repository, we have basically a simple extension that we could run. Let's go and go to the page. When you typing on Chrome extensions, you have the ability here to check the Chrome developer mode. It's here. And after you clicked on it, you're basically enabling yourself to load unpack extension from the disk. In our case, let's go to the extension that we just created, and it will be the example extension. And if we try to select it, basically you saw that this is the extension. Now, when I'm clicking on it, I see that something is opening, but I don't know why I don't get anything. It should be a list of tweets that are part of the initial template. So what I'll do a right-click, inspect element, and I'll get here basically Chrome DevTools that are opening for me and let me know and see what's going on. And when I'm opening the console, now things becoming much clearer that I didn't define the content policy to allow me to fetch Twitter API. Basically, I need to make sure that I am allowing only HTTPS sources. So in my case, it's even worse because I need to ping Twitter on HTTPS. Now, after I'll do that, I'll basically be able to fetch the tweets. Now, let's see in another place here. So basically, if I have tweets, or in this hello world that we have on Google Chrome overview, basically we're fetching images from Flickr API. Again, I'll need to make sure that it's HTTPS. And if it doesn't work on HTTPS, I could do two things. One is to make sure that I'm using a service like pipes.yahoo.com or ajax.google.com to fetch the feeds and make sure that I'm allowing it to be consumed from an HTTPS source. Let's see here. Yeah. So another important thing is that on the basic boilerplate that Mike Mammoth did, all the code is here inside the pop-up HTML file, and inline script inside the HTML5 page are not allowed anymore. So we need to put them in separate files, and that's exactly what I did here. And now when we're basically fetching them, we need to make sure that the manifest in our the manifest JSON that we have for this extension is basically allowing us to fetch, as you could see here, tweets from Twitter as well. Now, when we're going to the repository that we just created, let's open it and see all the different options that that we have there. Let's go here. Yes, so source, I need another one up. And now I'm here, and let's open it. Yes, so basically we have here lots of different options, and it's very self-explanatory. One thing that you'll need to do is to remove all those comments so the JSON file will be valid. But it's very self-explanatory to see if you want a browser action, where is the documentation, what are the things that you need to put. If you want to have a page action, that's what you'll need to do. If you are writing a theme, those are the basic parameters for a theme. I must warn you that there are many more parameters that you might want to tweak and play with. And my Chrome theme app on the Chrome Web Store is actually a great place to start and create the theme online. If it's a hosted app, those are the params that you need to put, and basically just make sure that you are putting them here. And package app, which is a whole different story, you just need to put the launch URL to where you want to start the app. On permissions, you have many permissions that you could choose from. One tip that I must tell you is that you might want to avoid, or to make sure that you are strict the permission as far as possible, so the user won't feel that you are having many more permissions that you really need to. Let's say, for the sake of the example, if you need a certain URL, just bound the permission to that specific URL and don't ask permission on all different types of URL. If you need something that is specifically to your app, like geolocation, of course, use it. But if you aren't going to use it, just avoid. One important aspect is the unlimited storage, which basically giving you the ability to save state and data locally without any restriction, or almost any restrictions. Other few interesting things is that you could definitely custom lots of different options and make sure that you have an option page, so the user will be able to set certain options to this extension. And there are many more different things that you could do here. By the way, this doesn't work anymore, so we'll want to remove it. And that's basically the manifest JSON file. Let's have a quick look what other things we're getting here in the source. And basically, this source file is just composing with a simple Twitter widget. But as I showed you, this won't work with the new content policy strictness. So we'll basically need to move those two files, as I showed you here, to their own files. And it's not only that our code is much nicer and cleaner now, it's just that it allows us basically to upload them. Let's see, another very interesting thing, if you are starting your own first extension, is to check platforms like crossrider. Crossrider is basically a platform that will let you start your extension very quickly. Let's have a look how it does look. And what they are giving you is also the ability to have the extension on different platforms, so maybe Firefox or others. Basically, we'll just put this as an example. IL example 2, and we'll save it. And you could see here that quite quickly you're getting the ability to work with the code, add some plugins like the ability to use notification, for instance. And once you are uploading them, you're getting the boilerplate code to run and have notification. By the way, don't use notification unless you really need it. Users today are quite overwhelmed with lots of notifications. So if it makes perfect sense in your case, yeah, definitely use it. One thing that my colleague Boris Muth did is a very nice extension that letting you see unanswered question on Stack Overflow. And basically, you don't need notification here. Just use those numbers on the icon itself so you could see exactly what's going on here. Basically, it's a very useful extension, and he used AMD in order to achieve this separation between views and data. So I highly encourage you to check out how it can be done nicely in extension. He writes a beautiful code, so you'll enjoy it. So that's one platform out there. There are many more that do similar things. Just choose and see what's working for you. What I like about this is that basically they're letting you just download everything locally, and then you could just play with it, use it as a starting boilerplate, and do whatever you like with it afterwards. So we have this, we have Extensionizer, the repository of Mammoth on GitHub, and let's not forget the official page that giving you the kickstart to start your own new extension. Basically, they have a nice overview page here that giving you a short tutorial about how to develop your first extension, that fetching and using the different type of extension that you could leverage. And I have on my GitHub repository a simple extension that you could try and check, which giving you the ability to go to all the Chrome internal pages. So that's another place that if you want to see and start a simple extension, just feel free. Let's not forget the main page on Chrome extensions that giving you the ability to load, reload, and basically even test the background pages. You could do things like inspect after you're running the page. Let's see, something like that. And then you could basically run and see exactly what you want here in terms of going to the specific code, setting breakpoints, and going over them once you reload. One of the most important things that you want to pay attention these days is the content security policy, which basically at the beginning, once you're putting manifest version 2, and as we said before, you must put it, basically giving you a strict policy that will strict all your files just to the self, so the JavaScript that you're bringing with you. So it's a quite deep project and quite nice in terms of the security that it gains developer, and I highly encourage you just to read this page thoroughly because you will need to add it to your manifest when you want to fetch external sources. So I think that we covered most of the things that I wanted here. By the way, with Chrome DevTools, you just go line by line, run it, and see exactly what's going on. And if I'll be able to fetch the other page. Yes. So today, this is a short intro on Chrome extensions. On the next episode, we'll try to go and see how we could merge and use AngularJS in order to build our more complicated Chrome extension. So until next time, thank you very much, and bye-bye.
Shanghai GDG is a very interesting developer community.
I'm glad somebody has asked this question.
This is where the magic happens.
This is primarily a question and answer show. So if any of you out there would like to ask questions,